going to record. Like I said, in the first part was basically the intro video, what a loan signing agent is, the process, the notary class, the loan signing course, and then I wanted to do another part that I go over the supplies, because the supplies can be costly. So I'm gonna jump right into it. So with the supplies, what you must have is the stamp, of course, because when you're going through the documents, when they ask you for your seal, that's where you'll do your stamp. And like I said, primarily you can't get your stamp until you get your certificate from your state, and then you'll go to like your Office Depot or Staples, and you'll just get your stamp from them. I got mine from Office Depot, and it took like a week. It took like a week and a half, I think, because at that time I was still getting my other supplies. So you definitely need your stamp. You're definitely gonna need your notary journal. I will also check with your state, because some states do require it, and I've heard that some states are pretty lenient, kind of don't require it. But I feel like I definitely would do a journal because it covers your butt. Basically, if something ever comes back, you can say, hey, they signed on this date, that day. So the journal is like your backup, it's your cover up, just in case something was to ever happen. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure I pinpoint and hit everything. So we got our stamp, our journal. Printer is a must. You need a printer. What, like I said, in the first video, I think I told you all I had an inkjet printer. Actually, correction, I have a laser jet. I don't know why I said ink. I don't know where that came from, but I have a laser printer. It's a brother printer, and like I said, if you watched my first video, I told you I got lucky with that. That printer usually would go for $100 to $120, and I got it for $25 off Facebook Marketplace. Because like I said, I didn't want to dish out so much money in the beginning. And like I keep saying, you do what's best for your budget. If you can afford to go out and buy a brand new $200, $300 printer, that's on you. You just do what's best for you and your budget. Because like I said, I'm cheap, and I knew that I could find this type of printer somewhere out here instead of me starting off, going all in. Because for me personally, I wanted to make sure, let me make sure I'm starting to get jobs first. And then once I get myself busy and I kind of starting getting direct clients, then I may upgrade to another bigger and better printer. But right now, like I said, I've been using this brother printer. It works great. It has the dual tray. You definitely need something to dual tray. If you don't, dual tray is not a must. And I say that because you have to print between letter and legal size paper. I use the Adobe application when I print, because there is an option in the Adobe application that will separate the letter from legal size paper. So that way it keeps all the papers in order, and you don't have to keep going back and forth with that. So stamp, journal, printer, and the other thing is errors and omission insurance. Basically, that's like car insurance. It covers you. If you mess up something and somebody tries to sue you or yada, 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 the errors and omission insurance covers that. So basically, I'll give that as car insurance. Something messes up, you get in an accident, or you do something with signings, the error and omissions insurance covers you. Now, some signing services do require you to have that. And again, you get what's best for you. I know initially I started out with 50,000, and I really wasn't getting traction. Like I said, some signing services will hire you with 50,000 as your errors and omission insurance, but as soon as I upgraded it to 100K, the floodgates open. Like everybody was grabbing me like, hey. So to me, I noticed a jump. So I would recommend you get the 100K because you'll definitely get more signings with that. And like I said, it also depends on the signing service. Some of them don't require you to have that much of errors and omission insurance. And you can actually find that out on nationalnotary.com. There you can buy the insurance from there. That's where I got mine. It took about a week to get back, and then you're good to go. So let's go. Stamp, journal, printer, errors and omission insurance. Paper clips, you definitely need paper clips. I use those all the time. That way I separate the documents, because when you're doing signings, sometimes they do require you to have 2 sets. I always do 2 sets. I always print 2 sets, just because when you're doing 1 set and if the client messes up, you have that second set, you can grab that document or whatever they mess up on, grab that and replace it with that. And then you can always leave the second set. I always leave the second set with the clients, so that way they also have a set as well. So stamp, journal, printer, errors and omission insurance, paper clips. You can get a badge. I have a notary badge. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere around here, but I have a notary badge that I got off a website. I want to say it was Zizzle.com, but I don't. Yeah, it was. I think it was. I'll put the link below. I definitely made me like a little notary badge, so when I go to signings, kind of like makes you look more legit. When you have a little badge and you're certified loan signing agent and you have all your badges certified. So yeah, I have that. Post-it notes. You need post-it notes. I have these like laying around everywhere. I use these because even when I get the documents and I'm not sure about a page, I'll put a sticky note on it, and basically what I'll do is I'll follow up with whoever gave me the signing just to be like, hey, this page I have here, I'm not familiar with it. Do you mind walking me over it? So that way when I get there, I'm not like a deer stuck in headlights. I'm like, well, they're like, if they happen to ask, what's this? I'm like, So I do use these a lot. The second best thing is these sign here tabs. I love these. I highly recommend these sign here tabs just because basically if you go through your documents, which you should be doing before you go on any job, before you even get there, I would highly recommend these sign here tabs. I use these on all of my jobs just because I don't want to mess where they're supposed to sign. And then, like I said, when you're going through, they're just there. So I definitely recommend the sign here tabs. Let's see. And then that's about it. So I feel like, yeah. So basically, like I said, I just want to do an overview of the supplies, your must-haves, your stamp, journal, printer, insurance, paper clips. A badge is optional, it's not required. Post-it notes, you need post-it notes. The sign here tabs, I highly recommend getting those. Letter and legal size paper. Definitely have at least two stacks of those on deck because you never know what happens. So that way, if you get a signing like 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock at night for like, let's say Friday night, I get a signing at 7 and the appointment is as early as 8 a.m. in the morning the next day. Staples obviously may not be open, so that's why I say always have a secondary stack, just so you're covering yourself and you can definitely take jobs. You don't have to go around that way. I will say, with everything going on with COVID, like I said, I definitely have been careful with signings I've been taking. Like I said, in my bag I have hand sanitizer, disinfectant spray, Lysol, I have everything. But I've been getting lucky lately because the signings that I have been going on, they have been very relaxed. They understand, like, we've been wearing our masks, we're keeping our distance. I did do a signing the other day where we were actually out in the garage, and just it was an older couple and they felt more comfortable doing it that way. So I was like, look, whatever makes you comfortable, we can go ahead and get this signing knocked out. I'm all here for it. So like I said, stamp, journal, printer, insurance, paper clips, post-it notes, sign here tabs, and that's about it. Like I said, you definitely need black and blue pens. Most signings, unless they require it, I always do in blue ink. Sometimes you will get signings and they'll tell you on the instructional page like black ink only, but for the most part you're definitely gonna do blue ink. And that's pretty much it for the supply so far. But the biggest thing is the printer and the scanner. You definitely need a scanner because some clients do require scan backs, where you basically have to scan it back but also ship it off at the same time. So always try to be on the lookout for those as well. If you're like me, I would definitely utilize the marketplace, Craigslist, wherever, yard sales. I've seen someone in the chat where she said she actually got a printer from a yard sale. So definitely invest in a good quality printer, scanner. Printers, I would definitely recommend a laser printer. It just prints faster. You could do your 1, your 2 sets and knock it out within that time frame. But yeah, so that that's pretty much it for supplies. Like I said, I didn't want to be like a long drawn out another video, but we'll definitely have more coming. So the next one we're going to talk about is, and I think my next video I'm going to go over signing services, because that's how you get the jobs. That's how you get paid. So I feel like I'm kind of doing this in a good order, because I'm giving you the how-to, the classes, and then the next one, the big one was the supply. The next big one was the supplies. So yeah, so definitely after this one, our next video, we will be talking about the signing services. And what I'll do is I'll actually put like my top 5 where I personally got the most jobs or get the most jobs from. I'll definitely put that in the link in the next video, just to give you a feel to where to go or how I actually get appointments and signings. Basically my top 5. And then we'll go from there. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm still, hanging in there, doing this thing. And then this weekend, I actually do have a signing coming up. So I'm definitely gonna try to video that. Like I said, it gets my whole process, like, from the time I wake up, what am I doing? The time I get there, of course I can't record inside, but the time I get there, what am I doing? If I'm doing the scan backs, or if I'm actually doing the FedEx where I have to drop them off and send them back. So all that to come later down the road, and then I'm on that. But definitely be sure to check out the links below, and then subscribe, like, share, all that. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time.